Hi, my name is Astha, and in today's class we will be discussing about the anterior compartment of thigh. Muscles of anterior compartment of thigh are also called as quadriceps muscles. There are altogether 4 muscles that come under it. So what are the different 4 muscles? One is rectus femoris, the other is vastus medialis, vastus lateralis and vastus intermedialis. Now I'll tell you where the origin and how the muscle inserts. Okay, so now apart from rectus femoris, let's look into the vastus muscles, which is vastus medialis, lateralis and intermedialis. The origin of the vastus muscles occur in femur. Now let's see where exactly it comes in femur. Now we know by the term medialis, it should be in the medial side, right? So which is the medial side of the femur? Medial side of the femur is the side where there is the head. This is the head of the femur. This is the greater trochanter, lesser trochanter, and there is a line between these. That line is the intertrochanteric line. Now the medial vastus medialis, it comes from the line, the intertrochanteric line, from the lower part, that is towards the medial side. So here the muscle gets originated. This is our vastus medialis. Now where does the vastus lateralis come from? Vastus lateralis, with the name itself, it suggests that it's a lateral muscle, so it has to originate from the lateral side of the femur. Therefore it comes from the upper part of the, or the lateral part of the intertrochanteric line. Now the other muscle which is left is vastus intermedialis. Vastus intermedialis muscle, it almost occupies, the origin of it almost occupies the entire anterior and lateral part of the femur. So it comes from the shaft of the femur and it comes like this. So anteriorly and laterally, the almost 3/4 of the shaft of femur. So this is the origin of vastus intermedialis. The only one muscle which is left is the rectus femoris. Now where is the rectus femoris muscle coming from? So there are 2 origins in the hip bone. One is anterior inferior iliac spine, from where straight head of rectus femoris originates, and the other head is the reflected head, which originates from right above the acetabulum, or you can say right below the gluteal line. Okay, the reflected head of rectus femoris. Where does the muscle gets inserted to? Now all these muscles, the other one which is coming from the hip bone and the muscles which are coming from the femur, these muscles, they come down like this. So the medialis, vastus medialis comes from the medial side, intermedialis is in the center, and the lateralis comes in the lateral side. So this forms a bulk of muscle along with the rectus femoris, which is again coming down from the hip bone. Okay, now these muscles come down, and here we have a bone called as patella. Now this muscle goes and gets inserted in the patella. It is inserted in the patella. Now this tendon from patella, it comes down as a ligament, and that ligament gets inserted in the tibial tuberosity of tibia. So the muscle originates, comes down, it gets inserted in the patella. That from patella, from that insertion point, it becomes there's a ligament which is coming down. So the ligament comes down till the tibia and it gets inserted in the tibial tuberosity of tibia. There are altogether 4 quadriceps muscles, 3 originating from the femur and 1 originating from the hip bone. 3 originating from the femur are vastus muscles, vastus medialis, lateralis and intermedialis. The other one is rectus femoris, which originates from the hip bone. It has two origin. One is anterior inferior iliac spine, and the other is right below the gluteal line or above the acetabulum. From here all these muscles come down. It gets inserted in the patella, from where there's a ligament, ligamentum patellae it is called as. It is called as ligamentum patellae. So this ligament comes down and gets inserted in the tibial tuberosity. So this is all about the origin and insertion of quadriceps muscle. Now here there are a few things that we really need to understand, that the vastus muscles, the three vastus muscles, are only crossing one joint, that is our knee joint, because it is coming down till the tibial tuberosity from the femur. It is only crossing one joint, that is knee joint. Whereas the muscle rectus femoris, which is coming all the way from hip bone, it crosses two joints, because here there's a hip joint which is being formed. So hip joint, and it crosses the hip joint and the knee joint, and then together the insertion is happening in the tibial tuber. Now the nerve supply of the quadriceps muscle is femoral nerve. Let me write it down here. So nerve supply is femoral nerve. Now coming to the action of the muscle. The contraction happens from insertion to origin. If the muscle is contracting, as in shortening, it pulls the tibial tuberosity or the tibia through tibial tuberosity and pulls it up like this. So this is the action that we see in quadriceps muscle, and this is the extension of knee. So the three muscles, the major action of quadriceps muscle is to do extension of knee joint. So now the other muscle, rectus femoris, is coming from the hip and then it is going down. So since it's crossing the hip joint anteriorly, when the contraction or the shortening of the muscle happens, it will pull the hip joint like this, and this movement is flexion of hip joint. So this is how it works. So three quadriceps muscle, vastus muscles, the action of it is only to do extension of knee, whereas the rectus femoris, which is also a part of quadriceps muscle, it does flexion of hip as well as extension of knee. So with this we have completed the quadriceps muscle anatomy part. I hope it's clear for you. If you have any doubts, you can put up in the comment section. Also, do not forget to like and subscribe my channel. Press the bell button in order to get notification for regarding my future videos. Thank you.